ticked off, and I was looking though at I was like doing Google searches, and I know you've now gotten me in touch with a number of things that I didn't know were happening, which is good. So I'm looking forward to networking with them. But at the time, I just went on the internet, and all I could find really were just political posturing, demonstrations, arguments, but I wasn't seeing where there was any effort that I could see where they're actually distributing water to people that need it. So my thought was, I'm just loading the truck up. I'm going to go over there. My goal was 60 families. I'm going to knock on 60 doors and drop off a case of water. That's it. It was Christmas weekend. It'll get them maybe through New Year's, depending on how big their family is. And then I'll look to do another trip, maybe another trip, and get a few people involved or whatever. I mean, at some point, you just have to start doing it. You start acting, you know, and then you plan as you go. I'm not saying that planning isn't important, but people get this analysis paralysis and they don't do anything. They argue, they posture, they debate, they meet. Nothing happens for weeks and weeks and weeks. These people don't have clean water right now. All right. So if I can just deliver water to a few families on a weekend, I helped out those people on the weekend. You know, film it, throw it on YouTube, start educating people. I didn't know this till a couple of weeks ago that this even was a thing. All right. And now now not only do I know, my team knows, my office knows, people all over the place know now. And we're going to continue to, you had mentioned that this was good exposure, filming on the ground what's going on. So we want to continue to do that, raise awareness, network with other people that are willing to help, and start doing what we can to help. So
I've got your first video that you put up on YouTube. Can you talk about this?
Sure. I don't know what I say half the time in my videos. I don't know what I say half the time, most of the time. So I'll just say that right now. All my videos are kind of like a one shot, one kill. There's just like one take. Mistakes, I don't care. You know, it's like I'll view it one time to make sure I didn't swear, and then I put it on there. So I know I'm talking about the project right now. The idea, do you know what I mean? And so the idea was really that we were just going to deliver. So I'm explaining the premise, you know, and I'm explaining what happened. We're going to deliver water to families in need. I explained what happened. Basically, what I just explained to you, I explained in this video in a more concise manner, you know, and so that's what this one is. And I'm just sitting in my office and just getting the info out there, you know, and then I'm going to track my progress through a series of short videos so you guys can see what happened. One thing, at the time I made this, it's very important to understand, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just a regular guy who's trying to help out. So I had no idea what I was going to see when I was going to start banging on doors. If people were going to tell me, they could have told me, hey, we get water delivered every other day from the city of Flint. You know, like they could have told me that, and I would have been like, oh, you know, not putting this on YouTube, I'll get a different cause to jump on. Like I had no idea what was going to happen. I couldn't see anything clearly on the internet, what was going on to help these people. I didn't know maybe how severe is it? That was another question. Is the media just jumping on some story, or is this really a serious problem? So anyway, so that was that. And then there's this video I see queuing up here. Just, you know, I was at just going to different places to find the best rate on cases of water. I think I was at a Kmart. I found like you know, like 3 cases for, I don't know, like 10 or 12 bucks or something. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I'm just going to do something. I know that action needs to happen, and I'll figure it out. But there's probably about 2,000 pounds of water in that thing. So, yep. My truck was like, I'm not gonna make it. You know, I'm like, uh-oh. You know, I'd stop for a second and check the load requirements, and I was probably a little bit over what the load requirement would be on an old Ford F-150. So, but we made it. We made it okay. So I wanted to interview residences, and she was a very nice lady. She had a couple kids. You know, she seemed, you know, she's a smart lady, you know, intelligent. She could explain what was going on. She wasn't shy about talking to me, and so I figured that was a good one to feature. And I know I needed to do more of these in the future, you know, more of these interviews with people when we're down there, so that, you know, people who aren't in Flint and aren't seeing what I'm seeing get the impact of it. But what she was saying to me was, and when they rushed the video, was that she has a few kids, and she's like, I'm not letting my kids drink this stuff. I've known that for a while now. It smells bad. There's no way that stuff is safe. So she supplies and buys. She's one of the more responsible adults down there who is making sure, and she's not as economically disadvantaged. She's making sure that their kids have clean water. But she said the schools, though, she's like, I send my kids to school, and the city and the schools are claiming that the water's clean for the kids there. She's like, I don't trust that. How can it be clean? How can it not be safe in my home, but it's somehow safe in the school when it's coming from the same water source? So she made that point, and it's pretty interesting. And I think what